Sunshine for everyone. Once upon a time, in a bamboo forest filled with rustling leaves and giggling monkeys, lived a playful panda named Ling Ling. She had the softest black and white fur, round black eyes that sparkled like buttons, and a love for sunshine naps under the tallest bamboo trees. One sunny morning, Ling Ling woke up feeling particularly happy. She stretched her paws, yawned a big yawn, and scurried out to greet the day. "Good morning, sunshine," she chirped, basking in the warm light filtering through the bamboo leaves. Suddenly, she heard a sniffle coming from behind a clump of bamboo. Cautiously, Ling Ling peeked over. There, curled up under a bush, sat Abu, a shy tapir with a long, floppy snout and a coat the color of rich brown earth. Tears welled up in his big brown eyes. "What's wrong, Abu?" Ling Ling asked gently. Abu sniffled again. "The other animals won't let me play under the sunshine spot," he mumbled. Confused, Ling Ling tilted her head. "Why not?" "Because I'm a tapir," Abu whimpered, "and they say tapirs don't belong in the sunshine." Ling Ling frowned. That didn't seem fair. Abu loved the sunshine just as much as she did. An idea popped into Ling Ling's head. She bounced over to Abu and said, "Don't worry, Abu. We can share the sunshine." Abu looked up, surprised. "Share? But the others?" Ling Ling took Abu's paw and led him to the sunshine spot. It was a patch of clear ground where the sunbeams danced playfully. A group of monkeys were already there, chattering and swinging on vines. "Hey," squeaked a little monkey. "This is our spot. Tapirs aren't allowed." Ling Ling puffed out her chest, not scared, but determined. "But sunshine is for everyone," she declared. "Abu loves the sunshine just like us. Can't we all share?" The monkeys looked at each other, unsure. A bigger monkey with a bright orange face scratched his head. "Well, Ling Ling is right," he mumbled. "Sunshine is for everyone." One by one, the other monkeys nodded in agreement. Slowly, they made space for Abu in their sunshine patch. Abu's face lit up. He stretched out his long snout towards the sunshine and let out a happy sigh. The monkeys giggled. "Hey, your snout tickles," they exclaimed, playfully poking Abu's nose. Soon, Ling Ling, Abu, and the monkeys were all playing together under the sunshine. They chased each other around, told silly jokes, and shared stories. As the sun started to set, Ling Ling felt warm and happy. Not just from the sunshine, but from making a new friend and showing everyone that friendship shines brighter than any difference. From that day on, Ling Ling and Abu became the best of friends. They shared not just the sunshine spot, but all sorts of adventures. They learned that friendship is all about having fun, playing together, and accepting everyone for who they are. Little listener, have you ever felt left out because you were different? Just like Abu the tapir, sometimes people might treat others unkindly for no reason. Remember, everyone deserves to be happy and enjoy the sunshine, just like Ling Ling. True friendship shines brighter than any differences. So spread kindness and acceptance, because the world is a more beautiful place when everyone feels included. Let's all be friends, no matter how different we may seem. And little listeners, remember to like and subscribe. Dear little listeners, if you enjoy our Starry Night bedtime stories, please remember to hit the subscribe button for more. Your support would be greatly appreciated and will enable us to create more videos just for you. Thank you.
Ella learns to prioritize. In a vibrant jungle clearing, lived a curious little elephant named Ella. Ella wasn't just any elephant. She had soft, gray skin, floppy ears that flapped in the breeze, and a trunk as nimble as a paintbrush. But what Ella loved most was inventing things. One sunny morning, Ella was busy tinkering away in her mud puddle workshop. She was working on her greatest invention yet, a pair of flying shoes. Imagine soaring through the sky like a feathery bird. Suddenly, a flurry of brown fur landed on Ella's back. It was her best friend, Almond the little squirrel. "Hey Ella," squeaked Almond, his voice filled with excitement. "Hopper and I are playing hide-and-seek in the whispering glade. Wanna join?" Ella's trunk drooped. The whispering glade sounded like so much fun, with its towering trees and secret hiding spots. But then she looked at her half-finished flying shoes. The invention competition was just a week away. "Oh, Almond," Ella mumbled, her voice tinged with sadness, "I really want to play, but I need to finish my flying shoes for the competition." Almond tilted his head, his bushy tail twitching thoughtfully. "But Ella," he squeaked, "playing is important too. Maybe you can finish your invention later and then join us." Ella's eyes sparkled. That was a perfect idea. With newfound determination, she spent the next few days tinkering away. She glued feathers to old sandals, attached a whirring propeller to each one, and even added a tiny button for lift off. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. Ella, nervous but hopeful, stood proudly beside her creation. There were all sorts of inventions, a self-stirring watering can, a talking banana, and even a machine that made clouds rain jelly beans. Delicious. In the end, Ella didn't win first place, but she beamed with pride as she received the second-place prize, a shiny silver trophy. Later that day, Ella skipped through the jungle, her flying shoes tucked under her arm, and reached the whispering glade. There, under the shade of a giant banyan tree, she found Almond and Hopper, their ears twitching with anticipation. "Ella! You made it!" they cheered, their little faces lighting up. Ella grinned. "Of course. Now, who's ready for some hide-and-seek with a soon-to-be flying elephant?" The rest of the afternoon was filled with laughter and joy as they played hide-and-seek. Ella, even without her flying shoes, climbed trees with surprising agility and hid behind giant mushrooms. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues, Ella snuggled between her friends. She learned a valuable lesson that day. Choices were important. But sometimes, the best choices were the ones that balanced fun and responsibility. And with a happy sigh, Ella drifted off to sleep, dreaming of soaring through the sky with her best friends by her side. Little listener, life is full of choices, just like Ella's decision between play and her invention. Remember, it's okay to have fun with friends, but sometimes you might need to focus on something important, like a project or a responsibility. The key is to find a balance. By making thoughtful choices and planning your time well, you can have both fun and achieve your goals. So, listen to your heart, prioritize what matters, and you'll find a happy path filled with both friendship and accomplishment, just like Ella did.
Starry Fairy Godmother would like to announce that Starry Night Bedtime Stories is now on Facebook. Now little listeners can follow us on Facebook to tell me about what you think of our video. But don't stop there. Starry Fairy Godmother would like to know what you've learned from the video too. Comment now. Follow us now, little listener. Link is in the description. Tigger and Fennel try to bake a cake. In a vibrant jungle clearing lived a curious little tiger named Tigger. Tigger wasn't just any tiger. He had bright orange stripes and a bouncy tail that thumped with excitement for anything familiar. He loved playing hide-and-seek and chasing butterflies, but anything new made Tigger twitch his nose nervously. His best friend, Fennel the fox, was the complete opposite. Fennel, with his fluffy fur and a nose that twitched for adventure, couldn't wait to try new things. One sunny afternoon, the sweet smell of something delicious filled the air. Fennel, his nose twitching excitedly, bounded into their clearing. "Tigger, Tigger, let's bake a cake," he squeaked. Tigger peeked out from his favorite napping spot under a shady banyan tree. "Bake a cake?" "But Fennel," he stammered, "I don't know how to bake a cake." Fennel grinned. "That's okay, Tigger. We can learn together. It'll be fun." Tigger hesitated. He loved yummy things, and a cake sounded delicious. But mixing things and putting them in a hot oven? It seemed a bit scary. But then, he remembered all the fun adventures he'd had with Fennel when he tried something new. Maybe baking a cake wouldn't be so bad after all? Taking a deep breath, Tigger decided to be brave. "Okay, Fennel," he said with a determined nod. "Let's try baking a cake." Fennel's face lit up. Together, they raced over to Fennel's burrow, where he had a big recipe book filled with pictures and easy instructions. They found a recipe for a simple honey cake, full of yummy ingredients like flour, sugar, and of course, honey. With Fennel reading the steps and Tigger carefully helping, they measured ingredients, poured them into a big bowl, and mixed it all together. It was a bit messy, with flour dusting Tigger's nose and a little honey dripping on Fennel's tail. But they giggled and had so much fun doing it. Finally, they put the cake batter in a warm oven, just like the recipe said. While they waited, Fennel told Tigger stories about his adventures, keeping them both entertained. After a while, the most amazing smell filled the burrow, the sweet aroma of freshly baked cake. They carefully took the cake out of the oven, a golden brown masterpiece. Fennel helped Tigger frost it with creamy white frosting, and then they decorated it with colorful sprinkles. The cake looked delicious. With big smiles and rumbling tummies, they took a bite. The cake was soft, fluffy, and the honey flavor burst in their mouths. It was the best cake they'd ever tasted. This is amazing, Fennel," Tigger exclaimed, his mouth full of cake. Fennel licked his whiskers happily. "See, Tigger? Trying something new can be delicious." From that day on, Tigger wasn't afraid to try new things anymore. He learned to climb taller trees, explore hidden burrows, and even helped Fennel plant a little garden. He discovered a whole world of exciting experiences, all because he dared to take that first step, that first bite of cake, with his best friend by his side. So remember, little listeners, don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, but always ask a grown-up, like mom or dad, to help you with new activities, especially those involving hot ovens. The world is full of amazing things waiting to be discovered, and sometimes the most rewarding experiences come from trying something completely new, even if it's just baking a delicious cake with a friend. Dear little listeners, if you enjoy our Starry Night bedtime stories, please remember to hit the subscribe button for more. Your support would be greatly appreciated and will enable us to create more videos just for you. Thank you.
Penelope has a sister. Once upon a time, in a mystical village nestled amongst the icebergs of the South Pole, lived a little penguin named Penelope. Penelope wasn't just any penguin. She had glossy black and white feathers and a bright orange beak that shone like a carrot in the winter sun. Penelope lived with her mommy, Mrs. Igloo, and daddy, Mr. Igloo, in a cozy snow cave. They were the happiest penguin family you could ever meet. Penelope loved spending her days sliding on her belly on the ice, splashing in the freezing ocean, and catching fish with her best friend, Sunny the seal. One crisp morning, however, things changed a little in the Igloo household. Mrs. Igloo, with a big smile on her face, announced that a new little penguin was joining their family. Penelope was excited. A new playmate. Someone to share fish with. A few days later, a tiny, fluffy chick indeed arrived. They named her Polly. But soon, Penelope realized things weren't quite how she imagined. Polly needed a lot of attention, cuddles, feeding, diaper changes, well, not exactly diapers, but you get the idea. Mrs. Igloo and Mr. Igloo seemed to be busy taking care of Polly all the time. Penelope felt a little left out, like a fish out of water. One day, Penelope waddled over to the ice floe where Sunny was basking in the sun. "Sunny," she sighed, her little flippers drooping, "I don't like Polly anymore." Sunny, wise for his age, looked at Penelope with kind eyes. "Why not, Penelope?" "Because everyone plays with Polly now," Penelope mumbled. "There's no time for sliding on the ice or catching fish together anymore." Sunny chuckled, a sound like happy waves lapping on the shore. "But Penelope, having a sister is amazing. You can teach her all about sliding and fishing. Imagine the fun you'll have." Penelope thought for a moment. Sunny was right. A new sister meant a new playmate, someone to share all her adventures with. With a newfound determination, Penelope waddled back home. Reaching Polly's little snow cot, Penelope gently poked her sister's soft cheek. Polly giggled, a sound like wind chimes tinkling in the breeze. Penelope smiled. Maybe Polly wasn't just a tiny attention hog, maybe she could be her partner in penguin adventures. From that day on, Penelope included Polly in their games. They'd waddle slowly next to Sunny as he raced them, their little flippers flapping furiously. They'd sing silly songs, their voices a wobbly duet that made the aurora lights shimmer with laughter. From that day on, Penelope and Polly became the best of sisters. They slid on the ice together, leaving trails like penguin belly flops. They splashed in the ocean, catching fish and sharing giggles. Penelope's little family was complete, filled with love, laughter, and the joy of having a sister by your side. They lived happily ever after, in their mystical village at the South Pole, a testament to the wonderful bond of siblings. Little listener, your siblings are a blessing, a gift for you. They may seem to take up all the attention sometimes, like a giant iceberg blocking the sunshine. But remember, their arrival doesn't lessen the love your parents have for you. It's a love that grows bigger, like the ocean waves, with each new member of your family. Your siblings are here to share adventures with you, to be your partner in penguin games, and to create a lifetime of memories together. So open your heart to the joy of having a brother or sister, and your family will be even happier, a whole waddle of penguins filled with love.